long-running franchises tend to have a lot of baggage along with it. Whether it's characters we can't get away from, or it's mechanics that just don't get upgraded over time because we get so comfortable in it. Every now and again you just gotta throw it all out and just go back to the beginning. And that's what Mortal Kombat did back in 2011. Now Mortal Kombat X is taking that solid foundation it made and has refined it to what could be the best, most confident version of the franchise. Taking what works so well is its diverse amount of characters. Not only do you have the 30 so cast to play with, but each character now has 3 versions of themselves. So say you're a Scorpion player, who is known for close quarters ninjutsu combat with his dual blades. Maybe you want to have zone control. There's a version of him now that teleports and brings demons into the fight. Maybe you're a bit more of a ranged guy, you can have him throw fireballs instead. The fact that you've got these different versions of every character makes mastering one a much more diverse choice. You've got to think exactly what it is you want for that situation, then get good with that version, never mind just the character in general. It brings a lot more depth and mastery for long-time fans. But thankfully, it also keeps the casuals in as well. Sticking to that Mortal Kombat style, everybody still feels quite similar in the basic attacks. Everybody punches the same, everybody uppercuts the same, everybody has that core set of moves, meaning that anybody can pick up a control pad and button mash a bit and be able to do something effective. It's not overly complicated, but there's enough depth in there for people who really want to sink into it. If you want to do something flashy, like what's happening on screen right now with the X-ray moves, that's all possible with the EX meter, but unlike the last game, this game also now has a stamina bar, where previously you could just spam infinite amounts of special moves and just really trap people in the corner if you were good at the game. But this time, you've got to have a small cooldown between moves, or if you're dashing, you've got to be a bit more tactical in your movements, which really helps fix that problem that was in the last game. Because of that, the game is a little bit slower, but not so much slower where it doesn't feel like Mortal Kombat. It's still fast in its own right, and there's still plenty of combos to pull off here to impress your friends if you're dedicated enough to learn it. For the single player game, there's a hell of a lot of content here. You've got your traditional tower mode where you climb the ladder and just face better opponents until you beat the game. But there's also now living towers where every hour or every day or every couple of days it becomes a brand new challenge. That kind of gives you incentive to keep playing, keep coming back, and every time you log back in, there's a new thing to do. But more impressive than that is the story mode, which was the breakout mode from last time. Coming in about 4 hours long, you've got this plot line about the events after the last game where Shao Kahn's defeated and Netherrealm is trying to invade into the Earthrealm, and obviously catches everybody off guard. But what's really cool here is that it has a generational aspect to it. Time has passed. The game knows that we've lived with these characters like Johnny Cage, Sonya Blade and Jax and so forth. We're used to these guys, but they're getting older. This war's been taking a long time. It's got to the point now that their kids have become involved and they're taking up the reins. It's quite clever and actually pretty well done. Way better than you probably ever expect a fighting game to do. There's a lot of emotion here and a lot of just good characterization that actually makes more story-driven games quite pathetic in contrast, but yet it still keeps its silly sci-fi nature that you expect. The online multiplayer has a lot of function to it as well. The King of the Hill mode's a standout one where 8 players take the winner stays on arcade approach. Unfortunately, there was some lag, making it stutter a bit, but overall it's still pretty good overall. The one big downside is the microtransactions in this game. If you're not good at the game, you don't want to master it, you can now just pay for easy fatality tokens so you can still pull them off to your friends, and that's just gross. Stop doing that. That one downside kind of holds it back a little bit because the business model seems a bit weird, but everything else about the game is just fantastic. It's easily the best fighting game on the Xbox One, and I encourage everybody to check it out. Check out my full review on the website.